This recording was never supposed to be released. It was part of a classified experiment conducted under a restricted government program in the late 1990s. The official objective was simple: establish communication with something that wasn't supposed to respond. Location was an underground research facility, isolated far away. No outside interference, no signal leaks, no witnesses, just a controlled environment and a team trained to handle unknown variables. The experiment began with a device designed to send structured audio signals into an empty, sealed chamber. The idea was not to contact anything specific, but to observe if anything responded at all. At first there was nothing, just silence. The team repeated that process for hours, sending patterns, tones, fragments of speech. But the chamber remained empty, no movement, no sound, until the first anomaly appeared: a faint distortion in the recorded audio, not loud, not clear, just something slightly off. The team isolated. It enhanced it and realized it wasn't random. It was repeating something, reacting to it, adapting, as if learning. The experiment continued, and over the next few sessions, the responses became clearer. The distortion evolved into something closer to sound. The researchers began sending simple words, short phrases, testing if the response would match or change, and that's when everything shifted. Because the response didn't repeat, it answered not immediately, not perfectly, but intentionally. When the team transmitted the word hello, the playback returned a fragmented version, distorted, stretched, but undeniably similar. The room went silent. The team wasn't expecting interaction. They were expecting noise, but this was different. This was response. They documented everything, increased monitoring, and continued the sessions. The entity began to improve its responses faster each time, until eventually it wasn't just repeating, it was forming its own sounds. The researchers adjusted their approach, asking simple questions, testing boundaries, and then the first direct reply was recorded when asked, "Can you hear?" "You," the playback returned a phrase that none of them expected. "Yes, we hear you." The voice was wrong. It wasn't human. Not completely. It sounded layered, like multiple tones overlapping, slightly out of sync. At that point, the experiment should have been terminated, but it wasn't. Curiosity overrode protocol. The team continued, pushing further. The answers became unpredictable, capturing a response before the question was even asked, as if it was anticipating and understanding. The researchers began noticing other changes: equipment interference, increased recordings, contained background noise that hadn't been present, faint whispers, static bursts, shapes appearing in visual monitors. No one entered the chamber, yet something was clearly there. And then came the final session, the one that ended everything. The team prepared a controlled question, something simple. But before they could transmit it, the system activated on its own. The voice appeared immediately. "Why did you call us?" The voice continued, not waiting, not pausing. "You opened the channel, you let us in." Alarms triggered across the facility. The team attempted to shut everything down, but the signal persisted, overriding commands. "We are not where you think we are." The voice changed. It shifted tone, becoming deeper, slower, more focused. And then it said, "We learned how to stay." After that, the facility was evacuated, the program was terminated, and all data was marked classified. But fragments were never erased. Researchers reported hearing the voice again long after the experiment ended, not through devices, but directly in quiet moments, in empty rooms, in places where no signal should exist, repeating the same phrase over and over. "You opened the channel."